You're on? Yep. Hi guys, it's been so long, but welcome back to Technic Matters with a few upgrades. We have a better mic, we have some lighting system over here. And right behind the camera is Adam holding a kick-ass camera. And what's going on today is we're gonna try to get ourselves more committed into the channel again to help and service you guys. And today's topic is actually very simple, but have been asked by a lot of my followers on IG as well as Technic Matters IG as well. So today we're gonna jump right into how do I self-unrack myself in a bench press properly. So let's go. Hi guys, this is Clinton from Technic Matters, and once again today we're going to talk about how to properly self-unrack yourself in the bench press, especially in a gym setup where you are alone and not many people can unrack properly for you. So first off, in order to fix a problem, we need to identify the problem. And what I'm going to show you right now is what are the things we see when people are unracking which are not very efficient. JJ is going to lie down, set himself into the bar. He's going to try and set his shoulders up nicely, the shoulder depression and retraction, everything. But the moment he tries to unrack, he will over-flare and start to squeeze the upper traps and then try and bring the weight out. So he hit the weight out, and then at this point try to retract and depress, and then you try to put the butt down, okay? So you can put the bar back, thank you. So the problem with this is there's too many motions happening. So you try to depress, so first you set up, you try to depress and everything. But when you're about to unrack, right, because you are afraid of not being able to unrack the weight, it turns out you raise your shoulders up again, you flare, and then you engage the traps, which is you are not supposed to in a bench press, and then you bring the weight out. So what happens is you create protraction really. So in this manner, it's really hard for you to pick your chest up and depress again. So if you go this long process of depressing and then protracting when you unrack, you're defeating the whole purpose. All the effort trying to set up has been wasted. Okay, that's number one. Okay, so just to give you a close up, so he tried to set up properly already, depress his shoulder. Can you depress first? So this is all that crazy shit y'all are trying to do, trying to contour the back. Okay, and then right before the unrack, right, what y'all do is y'all like to do again, raise the shoulders up, squeeze the upper traps so that you have strength here. Then you lose all the lat tension and then you try and unrack. Boom. Then you go into protraction. Now you cannot really depress your lats really. You're kind of messed up in this position, and then when you go down, go down, you struggle a lot to try and recreate that peak, that chest up, shoulder depressed position. Okay, thank you, JJ. Okay, problem number two. Okay, many of you like to set your rack height damn high. It's very high to the extent where when you're setting up, your elbows is kind of locked. So what happens is when you unrack, right, you are forced to do a protraction. So once again, you're wasting so much effort doing all these things, digging, and then when you unrack, boom, everything comes out. And then you try to depress again, which is wasting so much effort and energy. All the depression work, trying to dig yourself into the bench before that has been wasted. All right, so let me just show you a demonstration. JJ is gonna do it. JJ's usual rack height is 4, but now because of demonstrating purposes, we go to 7. Okay, and then, okay, so he'll try to do so much for his setup, right? Everything seems okay, but his elbow is kind of locked already. He's trying to reach up to unrack the bar. So you can see his shoulders, unrack. Boom, his shoulders come out. You can see his lats start to lose tension, and then he's trying to set his butt down. And then now how do you depress? You cannot really depress already. You are kind of messed up in this position. Okay, let's put back. All right, this is we are demonstrating in the scenario where you are doing an ER rack, okay? So in a scenario where you are doing it in a commercial gym, some of the hooks are looking like a J, like that. So it's really, really steep. So we have to try to find an angle whereby before you unrack, right, you are set up in a position where your elbows are slightly bent. Okay, so another thing to add, right, which is kind of funny and kind of crazy for us as well, is we do see people setting up their bench and setting their rack height really, really low. And this will definitely be a huge struggle, which means you're actually doing a half rep before you're unracking the weight out. And because your angle of your elbows is like that, it's too much, right? You literally have to try and raise the shoulders up and protract again. So once again, when you set up like that ready, and then you try to unrack, you'll go into this protraction, shoulders up, losing your lat tension, and then bring the weight out, okay? So JJ, can you try to maneuver it for us? It's kind of crazy, but he'll just give you an example of what some people actually do. So this is a very, very low rack height, and you assume that, oh, okay, I feel very comfortable over here. Good depression, okay? But the moment he unracks, take a look. Yeah, he will kind of need to protract himself and then set himself up again, and then put his butt down.
So again?
Okay, so once again. Yeah.
Just a tricep, because I can't even extend my triceps like this.
Yeah, he cannot even press here. Yep. So what he does is he needs to flare and then do this. And right at this point, it's very hard for him to pinch his legs down anymore. Coming up next is how to set it up properly. Let's go. Okay, now finally to the points about what and how we should self-unrack ourselves in the bench press correctly. Okay, first of all, you obviously need to set a rack height. Before you even unrack the weight, your elbows is slightly bent. All right, so in a step-by-step manner, I'm gonna guide JJ to self-unrack himself. And then hopefully the camera, which is Adam, can capture everything. All right, so step 1, get comfortable, roughly about the chin right under the bar, okay, so that you can set your grip. All right, so once you set your grip, get comfortable with the grip ready, you're gonna pull yourself towards the end of the bench, okay. All right, so notice that he is actually digging his toes onto the floor. Heels off, all right, bear in mind. So what he's gonna do now, he's gonna try and pull himself upwards. What you're trying to do is to elongate your neck, relax the traps, bring your shoulders away from your ears as much as possible. So the distance between here and here must be as far as possible. Okay, so right at this point, okay, what you are trying to do is to try and keep this, all the back, mid-back onwards to the lower back as tense up as possible. So what you should not do in a squat and deadlift, you should do it now on the bench. Try and extend everything. Keep your heels up. Keep your heels up. Okay? So by trying to keeping your heels up, you can bring your hips up as high as possible as well. So what you're going to do now is to bring the weight out by pushing your elbows, only your elbows. So once again, elbows, and keep your shoulders down as much as possible. Okay? Hold in this area, maintain this peak, and slowly bring your butt down and heels down. Okay? So now he has a higher peak, his legs is depressed, his upper traps relaxed. Okay? Right at this point, you take a brace and then start your descent and move the bench and press. Okay? And right. So to give you another angle, set the grip, bar under the chin, dig yourself in. You may or may not be able to do the head thingy, it's fine. The point is dig yourself into the bench, get your shoulders away from your ears. Okay? Heels up or heels down doesn't really matter, but what you want to do is to extend the hips as high as possible and squeeze the back right here, all the way to the lower back. Okay? Relax the upper, which is the front. Keep your depression, elbows, tricep, extend. Good. So just like that. Hold the leg tension. Okay? Keep your depression, maintain shoulder away from your ears. Then keep the peak here, slowly put your butt down. Alright, so that's it. We identify the problems for you and what's causing you to have a really bad unrack, feeling uncomfortable when you unrack, not enough power, your arch collapsing when you unrack. These are the problems, and we have helped you with a possible solution on how to unrack properly. So there are things that definitely I kept repeating myself when JJ is demonstrating and I'm describing the proper unracking process. Okay, so if everything is too fast, slow down the video, turn it down to 0.75, 0.5. I think YouTube can do that now. And then slowly watch how we try to maneuver ourselves into the self-unrack process. Okay, the most important thing is making sure your shoulders are away from your ears as much as possible before you unrack, and not moving the shoulders anymore when you're unracking. Okay, so once you're able to catch that basic ingredient in the setup itself and the unracking itself, you should be able to, customize your setup a little bit to see how it fits you better. All right, so that's it for today, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. I've been so rusty. All right, so before you leave, be sure to help us by liking and sharing the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, see you next time.